Hey everyone, how's it going? Grizzly Bear here with part 2 of the questions and answers videos. This time I'm going to be going over the real life questions that we got asked. So right now in the background what we've got is the MVM gameplay from the last video, the second half of that, so hopefully you guys are kind of entertained by that. But we're just going to kick it off right now with the most asked question: why'd you shave the beard? I got a lot of these questions, quite a few. And the answer is I just got tired of it. I woke up one day and I was like, man, it's time to make a change. And I just went out and bought a little trimmer, trimmed it up, got rid of it, and said, okay, I'm done. Had it for almost half a year, maybe a little bit more, I can't remember exactly, but it was time for a change, and I'm glad to see it go. Maybe in the future it'll be back. I'm sure it will be eventually. I'll be like, oh, maybe I should grow the beard again, and I will. So do not fret. It'll it'll make its return. So next question comes from Haxers. If you'd want to meet someone in real life, who would it be? Anybody alive or dead, I'm assuming. The only person I can really think of off the top of my head that I would really want to meet would be Nate Roos. And if you guys know who the band Fun is, or the band The Format, he's the lead singer. And he's probably my favorite singer-songwriter of all time that I can think of. His music has made a pretty big impact on my life. So I think out of anybody that I'd like to meet, like sit down and have dinner with or something like that, it would definitely be Nate Roos of Fun. Next question comes from Abadir Johnson. What's your favorite color? Pretty standard question here, Abadir. I'd say my favorite color is maybe red. I like using red a lot for my channel on graphics and that sort of thing. So red's a pretty solid color. I also like the color black, just to wear. Black goes with everything. It's pretty simple. So kind of lame, but those are the answers there. Next question comes from Arata Thing. How does one manage their own ambition? You've clearly worked so incredibly hard to get your channel where it is today. So what point do you look back and admire your accomplishments, and at what point do you start dreaming bigger and better? Heck of a question, man. I think you should always continue to dream bigger and better. I don't think you should ever become content with what you've done. I don't think I should just sit here and say, you know, I've hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm getting a decent amount of comments, decent amount of views on my videos. I should just be happy with that. I think it's important to continue to strive for more success, to keep reaching for things. You know, stay hungry. Don't become complacent, because then your quality of your content will start suffering, that sort of thing. So I think it's always important to continue to look to the future, continue to dream. And I think if you keep doing that, you keep working hard, and keep, you know, having goals, I think that's the best way to do things, in my opinion. That's what's helped me. So next question comes from Krakatoa. Another question from Krakatoa. Favorite Disney princess? Favorite Disney princess? What a question. Oh man, I do love my Disney movies. I'd say my favorite Disney princess, probably Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Great movie, one of my favorite Disney movies. So definitely Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Next question comes from Smivers. You're learning how to play the piano keyboard, right? Do you have any major musical influences that made you want to start playing? So I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but throughout high school and college, I was pretty involved with choir, theater, that sort of thing. So I think if anything has influenced me to want to learn an instrument, it's that I enjoy singing so much. I enjoy performing. And I think being able to play an instrument on your own is a lot better. It's a lot more efficient than having to rely on somebody else. So I'd say that's really the main reason I'd like to learn to play an instrument. Musical influences, I don't really have a ton. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Nate Roos and everything he's done. So I'd say that he's probably my number one guy there. The next question comes from Pi0. You mentioned in your New Year's video that you tried to draw more frequently. Is this digital or traditional? Do you have a site that you post them on so we can see some of your art? This would be digital. I did take some traditional classes in college, and I did enjoy that, but the reason I decided to go digital is you don't have to carry around your supplies. All you have to worry about is a tablet and your laptop. So I decided to go digital this time, and I haven't done it a whole lot, and I feel really bad about it, but I do plan on getting involved with it. Do I have any place you can see that art? No, not yet. I've thought about maybe posting some on this channel once I get a little bit better, or starting up another channel where I post daily drawings, something along those lines. But right now, I'm keeping all those horrible drawings to myself. Next question comes from Zoidberg MD. What is your favorite food? Favorite food has to be pizza, more specifically pepperoni pizza. I've always enjoyed pizza. It's just been my thing. Yeah, I don't know why. I love it. It's delicious. Next question. It's me, Mario. Do you actually like berries and grizzlies? Grizzly bears, they're pretty ferocious. Never had to deal with one personally, so I can't say on that regard. Do I like berries? Yeah, berries are pretty good. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries aren't really a berry, but I like those as well. Yeah, I like most berries. They're pretty good. Next question comes from Mining Rocket 0 to Hero. What do you like about TF2, and do you like cheesecake? I already talked about TF2 earlier. Do I like cheesecake? Cheesecake is okay. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people have this obsession with cheesecake. Like, they think it's just the greatest dessert there is, and I can't agree with it. It's good, it's okay, but I'd much rather have something else. So I like cheesecake, but do I love it? No, not really. Next question, Hobo Wheel. What is the superpower you've always dreamed of? For the longest time, I thought flying would be the superpower I chose. I always thought flying would be so cool. It's the experience, you know, of being in the air flying. But the more I've thought about it, I think teleportation would be the way to go. It has the benefits of flying. You get places a lot quicker, but you're there instantly. You don't have to worry about, you know, running into planes or birds or whatever the cons of flying are. So I think teleportation, being able to be from one place and go to another in just a second, I think that'd be really beneficial and really helpful. Flying is a very close second, though, because I think the feeling of being up in the air flying, I think that would be hard to beat. So next question comes from Quinn Austin. Congrats on 5,000. Woo! How old are you? I am 23. I just turned 23 in April, so I'm getting up there in age. You know, practically knocking on death's doorstep. But I think I still have a few more years left in me. Next question comes from Crayfish Party. What was your favorite subject at school? You know, I wasn't a huge school guy. I always did decent in my classes. It wasn't something I was really big into. Math was kind of cool, I guess. Wasn't too bad. Other than that, I really didn't have a lot of classes that I really looked forward to going to, I guess. And there's the wind. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's super windy out right now, so I apologize for that. Next question comes from Heavenly. What kind of stuff do you regularly write? It was mentioned in one of your New Year's resolution videos. Great question. A lot of times I sit down, I kind of write bloggy post type things, if that makes sense. Similar to what I do with my commentaries. So things about, you know, what's going on in my life, how I'm handling it, things along that lines. I would also like to get into writing short stories. I have a couple ideas for stories that I haven't sat down and actually worked on. That's something I really want to do, though. So I'd say blog posts and then short stories, something I really want to get started writing, but I haven't done it yet. So next question comes from the Rage Spy. Do you have brothers and sisters? I do not have any brothers. I have one sister. She is 2.5 years older than me, so she'll be turning 26 this year. And yeah, we're super close. Shout out to you, sis. Next question comes from Skriljision. How many girlfriend do you have? I have 0 girlfriend right now. Next question comes from Samshin. Have you ever been to the UK? I live there. No, I have not. The UK is definitely on my list of places to visit. I would really enjoy going over to UK, going over to all of Europe, really. That's something that is definitely on my bucket list, and I plan to do that sometime. It hasn't happened yet, but in the future I will definitely make my way over to the UK. Next question comes from BRAD9000. What advice would you give to someone going through school? And congrats on 5K subs. Thank you, BRAD. What advice would I give to someone going through school? It depends. High school and college, a little bit different. For high school, you know, don't care too much about what people think of you. I think a lot of the times people get caught up in high school worrying that their peers don't like them or things like that. I think, you know, just do you, as the kids say. Don't stress out too much about it, but do try to do your best. As far as college goes, my biggest thing would be to get involved. I feel like college is a great time to meet people and make new friends with similar interests. When you're in high school, you know, there's only so many people. When you get to college, everybody's, you know, they're finding themselves. They're a lot more comfortable with who they are. So I think meeting people in college is really beneficial, and I think that's one of the most important things about college. Once you get out of college, you're in the workplace, you know, it's a lot more difficult to meet people once you're out of college. So try and meet some people in college, try and get involved with things, try new things. I tried out some stuff that I hadn't ever done before in college, and I'm not talking like drugs or anything like that. Stay away from drugs, kids, those aren't good for you. But I'm saying like getting involved in activities, you know, try intramural sports out, try out for the theater or, you know, the newspaper. You know, just get involved with a bunch of things that maybe you haven't tried in the past. Pickle asks, what was your favorite part about Colorado? So, if you guys didn't see, I made a video. I was in Denver for a day about a month ago, and I didn't really get a whole lot of time to explore. I think the thing about Denver is it's one of those cities where all the good stuff is kind of outside the city, you know, all the nature, all the outdoorsy stuff. So I didn't really get a whole lot of time to explore that, but I've been to Colorado a few times, and I'd say my favorite thing about Colorado is just the scenery, you know, getting around the Rocky Mountains, everything's just so beautiful out there. I think that's definitely the best part, in my opinion, about Colorado. Next question comes from Wink June. If you could learn a new language, what would it be? Pretty simple answer for me. I think I would choose Spanish. I think that's really one of the most beneficial languages to learn if you're in the United States. After that, maybe like Chinese or something. But definitely Spanish. I feel like it's really the best language to learn if you are living in the area of the country where I live. There's a few Spanish speakers in the South and the Midwest, so I think that's really beneficial to learn that. So next question, Angry Groceries asks, what is your favorite food, bot killer, and upcoming movie? Thanks for making me happy when I watch your videos. Thanks, man, for the nice comment there. My favorite food, pepperoni pizza, bot killer. I have my diamond bot killer scattergun that I really like, and my favorite upcoming movie. Gosh, what was it? I saw something the other day and I was like, man, that looks pretty good. I can't remember. Jurassic World. I'm gonna go see that. I don't care if it's a stupid movie or whatever, man. Is it Jurassic World or Jurassic Park? Dinosaurs, man. It looks pretty cool. So I kind of want to go see it just because it's Jurassic Park. So I guess I'm looking forward to that. Next question, Wildman171. What's your favorite sport and your favorite sports team? Team doesn't have to be from favorite sport. Favorite sport, basketball, hands down. I played a lot of basketball when I was a kid. I played in high school for a few years. My dad played basketball in college, so that's kind of the family sport. That's kind of the thing that we all watch more than anything else. Favorite team? I don't really have a favorite team. I've been watching the NBA playoffs lately, and I have certain teams that I root for more than others, but right now I don't really have a team that I identify with. I guess I don't really have a favorite sports team. Next question comes from Ultimate Waffle 90. Who's your favorite person in your life, and what's your favorite food? My favorite person, I actually mentioned her earlier, would be my sister. We're super close. She's probably my best friend, so I'd say she's definitely my favorite person in my life. There's no question about that. Next question comes from Hobo Wheel. Hobo Wheel's asked like a few questions here. Thanks for all the questions, Hobo Wheel. How am I? I'm doing well. I'm adjusting to my job here. I'm getting settled in. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm able to produce more videos for you guys now. So next question comes from Will the Fox. What are your favorite berries or bears? Someone kind of asked a similar question to this. I like berries. Most berries are good. Haven't had one that I dislike yet. And favorite bear, the grizzly bear, obviously. You know, it's the most ferocious bear around. The Wise Cookie asks, how have you been doing on your New Year's resolutions for April? I've done absolutely horrible. Thank you for asking. I don't think I've done anything. I can't even think of my New Year's resolutions right now. I've been busy with the move. March was just an awful month. April has not been doing very well either. I've just been busy with the move and getting settled in. So I've been doing absolutely awful with my New Year's resolutions. Thank you for reminding me, though. Cater Ta asks, favorite place you've lived so far? I haven't lived a ton of places. I've lived in Illinois. I've lived in a few different areas in Kansas, and then I lived in Washington for about half a year, a little under that. And Washington's my favorite place I've lived so far, easily. I love the weather up there. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. And I don't know, it's just a really nice place to be. It just seems like has a good feel to it. So Washington, the Seattle area, definitely the nicest place, my favorite place I've lived so far. Next question comes from Go Mega. What do you do when you're not playing TF2 or other video games? Right now, when I'm not playing TF2 or other video games, I work. That's pretty much what I do. I either work or I edit videos. So I don't have a whole lot of hobbies right now. It's something I need to work on. But I occasionally run. I sing a lot. That's about it, though. Honestly, I listen to music and talk to friends. Pretty standard hobbies, nothing too crazy. And that actually wraps it up. I didn't realize we were all the way through the questions. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your questions. It's really nice answering questions that aren't always about TF2 or gaming. It's kind of it's a nice break from that sort of thing for me. So the next video coming out will be over YouTube. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a lot of fun answering those questions. But thank you guys for all of your questions for here and all the questions you've submitted. Once again, once I finish that last Q&A video, I will pick the Bills hat winners. So be checking your Steam inboxes for friend invites or messages, that sort of thing. That's how I will contact you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
This is Heavy Weapons Guy. Thank you for watching Grizzly Berry. Now click that little red button. Ha ha!